Hey, really glad you popped by. And soul evolution has been a magical gift of trauma, of facing trauma head on. And it's not always easy to get there, but I am here to say there's definitely a luscious opportunity. And the times that I have been willing to head on face my traumatic experiences and really explore them with love and from my heart, it has led to incredible soul evolution, which is a really great gift, or has been for me. So I grew up in a very chaotic, traumatic home. And I didn't understand the gift of that until much later in my adulthood when I faced some of those side effects of trauma. For me, it was addiction, it was clinical depression, and ultimately it was being at risk for narcissistic abuse. And once I could look at those things head on and walk through them with a professional, I saw the strength that it gave me. I saw the truth that it lent me. And I could step out of that bed of lies that I had been living in that were reinforced not just by family systems, but also the educational system, the religious system, the healthcare system, all these systems that I'm watching crumble at the moment. But I really wanted to encourage you to stand up where you're living today, where your headspace is, where you are emotionally. If you are in the thick of the trauma, definitely can shift. You can definitely walk through the remnants and open your heart to learn about the experience, to give yourself credit for opening your soul to that experience. And then you can evolve and vibrate at a much higher level. And I feel it's what we're being faced with right now on Earth as we're watching our systems crumble and seeing through crumbling ideas and beliefs. So I really want to encourage you to take this risk, to stand up, that little voice inside you that's urging you on. Listen, slow down and listen to that voice. It's not wrong. I had that little voice in me since I was a kid. And a lot of times I would just push it aside. And the times that I was willing to surrender and really use that voice as a cheerleader to move me forward through some really scary stuff, particularly when it was around abandonment. I was terrified to feel neglect and I was terrified to feel abandonment. And I set up some very superficial relationships and structures to stave off those big fears. And once either the universe foisted it upon me and I had to let go of those things, or I was willing to do it on my own and walk away and then walk through, they've been the biggest gifts. So I really want to encourage you today, and the universe is encouraging us as human beings. That great eclipse we had back in April was not without purpose and reason. For me, it's really shaken open some feelings that have been trapped, some emotions that have been trapped. And I have the wonderful opportunity to again take a look at those. Some of them don't even belong to me. Some of them are historic, they're ancient, they're in the collective, and they don't belong to me. So I'm releasing, letting go of, taking note of. Sometimes I'll wake up with things that don't even belong to me, thinking thoughts. How did I come up with that? It may not be yours, and it certainly hasn't been mine. along a great piece of this walk. So I'm really glad you tuned in. The gift of soul evolution is astounding. Once I was willing to step out of the ego-driven me, the one that had all those defenses up for my own protection. Once I was willing to say, hey, I'm going to drop that and I'm going to walk through this and I'm going to see this as an opportunity for change, for transformation in a positive way, and I'm going to embrace it. I've gotten a lot less fearful in my life, and I've opened up to abundance. I've opened up to the possibility of joy, and I've opened up to these amazing miracles that continue to happen. And now I'm able to share with you. And as you open, you'll be able to share with people that you know, or even strangers. So we are in this together. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I am cheering you on from the sideline. We are definitely in this walk together. And thank you for all your goodness. Thank you for all your comments. And for those of you that have subscribed, I bow to you. And I look forward to our next video together. If this has helped you, please share it. And if you haven't subscribed and would consider it, I'd be grateful. And I'd love to hear about your experience of soul evolution thus far in this very privileged walk that we're on.